I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but there's this little indie game franchise going around called Five Nights at Freddy's, or FNaF for short. Very small franchise. Would be surprised if any of you knew about it. And let's just say, I'm something of a FNaF fan myself, you know? I have the original book trilogy and ton of merch. I might have a problem. But back in December of last year,
Oh my god! December! December! December!
the next installment of the franchise released, and let's just say everyone loved it. Definitely everyone loved it. Definitely. So I wanted to test the game out myself, and oh my god guys, this game is awesome and I love it. So, in an effort to show my love to the game and this franchise as a whole, I created this beautiful, magnificent work of art. The LEGO Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Custom CMF Draft. The name needs a bit of reworking, but for now you're stuck with it. And it's not like you can do anything about it. Also, side note, every custom molded head will be drawn as I don't know how to 3D model. So reader beware, you're in for a scare.
Gregory, do you see that small vent on the floor? Have you ever heard of Among Us, Gregory?
Since the beginning of time, Freddy Fazbear has always been the bad guy. He's always out to get you, ready to feast on your soul. But for a nice change of pace, Steel Wool decided to make him the good guy. And I have to say I love this decision. Still doesn't change the fact his battery life is absolute shit though. Glamrock Freddy has a simple yet adorable design. He has these weird OG Freddy toes but with claws. So I did that. I decided to give him dual molded legs to add that little extra detail we can do because this is a CMF series. His arms are pretty basic, but I was able to make them stand out with some amazing, beautiful arm printing. I had to add a new molded headpiece to capture that Freddy Fazbear look. I decided to give all of them the Lego eyes, which consist of a circle with a white dot in the middle. I actually tried to give him normal eyes, and let's just say I haven't been able to sleep in weeks. He has these red shoulder pad things that thankfully there's an already existing piece for. For his accessory, I decided to give him a microphone with a stand, since we see him use one, at the beginning cutscene. I just carried it over from the Black Canary minifigure that came in the LEGO Batman Movie Series 2 CMF. Pretty easy figure to make, can't say the same about the other figures we have coming up. I'd like to think I have made Glamrock Freddy proud.
Way to go, superstar!
Out of the entire game, Glamrock Chica is probably the second most boring character. Her voice is so annoying, and anything she's saying gets ruined by her mere presence. Glamrock Chica is the best Chica I ever had, even the best character in FNaF history in general, and I was a fool for thinking otherwise. I don't know why, but Glamrock Chica has some sort of adorableness to her. She has these weird leg warmer things on her legs, which I had a really hard time trying to draw. Yet I somehow did it without ruining the whole figure. Might have something to do with me using dual molded legs, but I don't know. Her arms are very similar, if not the same, to Glamrock Freddy, so I just reused the same arm printing. She also has the same shoulder pad thing as Freddy, but in pink. So I did that. Man, these two have a lot more in common than I thought. The head was so hard for me to draw even though it's just a sphere with earrings and a bow. Her bow would probably be a different piece from the head, but to be honest, I didn't know how to draw that. So you're stuck with that abomination of a bow. For her accessory, I decided to give her the guitar she has at the beginning of the game when she's just shredding. I would have added custom printing to the guitar, but I couldn't add it to that specific guitar mold for some reason. So I just recolored one of the guitars to blue. Even if the guitar is not accurate, I hope I made the Turtle Man proud.
Sign up today and be a winner! No, Well, you know, I guess you don't like yourself then, because you are the biggest loser I've ever known.
I am the wonder why your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.
Roxxane definitely has to be the worst character in Security Breach. Yes, even worse than that thing. Roxxane also has leg warmers in the style of Glamrock Chica's, so I just recolored hers and tweaked some other small things here and there. For example, I added half of the comic-like textbook on her right leg, and then continued it onto the hip. I also added dual molded legs because that seemed to work for Chica. Her custom head was definitely harder to draw compared to the past two. It's just that hair, man. It's so hard to draw for some reason. But then again, every hairpiece is. Her arms are also very similar to Chica's and Freddy's, but she has more of that leg warmer design continued onto them. So I just carried it over into the arm and modified some other things here and there. For her tail, I just gave her the raccoon tail, but in a lightish bluish violet. She also has the shoulder pad thing in red, so I used the same one I used for Freddy Man. Her accessory would be her keypad from the beginning cutscene. No new piece here, just recolored Lego's official piece to green. Don't have anything else to say about this except I just really dislike her character.
You are nothing!
Anyone that picks Monty Golf is just a nerd.
Ooh, Gator Golf!
Monty is got to be one of the scariest animatronics in Security Breach. They introduced him as hostile since the beginning of the game, so when he finally shows up, you feel this sense of dread. Also, his boss battle is just amazing. I mean, look at that animation. This man is just a badass. His pants are like covered in scales of sorts, which took a hefty amount of time to draw, and don't even get me started on the torso. He has the same arm printing as Freddy and Chica, but modified to include some of the scales he has. I also added dual molded legs for that extra detail. He also has the same shoulder pad thing, but in purple this time. Wait, purple?
Purple gay!
Holy Kentucky Fried Chicken, Monty's the man behind the slaughter. Run! For his accessory, he would have a new guitar mode because I couldn't find one that fit him. Even if those scales took forever, I'm proud of how he came out looking.
You can hide, but you can't hide!
Gregory, I think you deserve a reward. Go check the main stage.
FBI, open up!
Vanessa is my favorite character out of the whole game, and all she does is exist. So to honor her, I put a lot of detail into the figure. Instead of giving her blank legs, I decided to actually try and give her leg printing. And I mean they look alright. What looks great is the torso though. I tried to include everything I saw, from the circle badge thing to the buttons to the round things. Personally, I think I did a great job. I also decided to give her arm printing because why not? For her face print, I tried to the best of my abilities to recreate the white woman jump scare meme expression she has, and I'd say it looks decent enough. She would also come with an angry face print on the other side. She uses an already existing cap and hair mold, but recolored to black and yellow, with printing at the top to say security like it says on her cap. For the accessory, I just gave her a flashlight because that's the best I could think of apparently. In the end, I believe I did a great job bringing Vanessa to life in Lego form.
Ugh, I hate kids.
Are you having fun yet?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Vanny was such a cool concept for a main villain, or antagonist in this case. The way she got introduced, to how much they teased her throughout the marketing and trailers. We even played through her origin story in Help Wanted and Curse of Dreadfare. Man, they truly underutilized her throughout the game. A very sad situation in the end. Either way, I gave it my maximum effort to recreate her, and I believe I did good. She took so long, dude. I had to literally add every single stitch mark thing by hand, which became tedious after like the 30th one I had to apply. And then the freaking red line pattern thing she has. I had to draw so many freaking lines, it's not even funny. Then continuing the pattern from the legs to the hip and the torso and making them match. Forget this is what dreams are made of, this is what nightmares are made of. She also has a custom molded head, which would probably be a mask piece IRL, but I already made a Vanessa, so I just made it a full piece. Her accessory would be her knife, which was used on a lot of the merchandise and wasn't even used in game. Maybe they had to censor it to stay kid friendly, but then again, remember the game franchise we're talking about here. It's literally about animatronic suits possessed by children killed by a serial killer known as Purple Guy. I need to move on, I'm getting too mad over this.
There you are. See you soon.
Accident. Take a look at Gregory here. Notice anything familiar? Dark eyes, brown hair with a piece fallen between his eyes, shorts, a shirt with 2 stripes across the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, Gregory is none other than the
I can't believe it took me this long to get to Gregory. He's like the person we play as. Then again, he's probably the least interesting character in the game. Or he's a robot of the crying child, who knows? I originally wanted to give him small legs, but I wanted him to be able to move them, so I gave him mid-legs. His shirt is pretty plain, just 2 stripes, so I tried making it a bit more interesting by adding wrinkles and stuff like that. I also gave him printing on his right arm to represent the fast watch. I think I did like a really good job recreating it, like that looks almost spot on, dude. I was really inspired by the girl with the toucan from Series 22 who comes with like a watch print. He would come with a sad/worried expression and an angry expression. Because we all know that kid has some serious anger issues, right? I also added the band-aid he has on his face because, well, it's like part of his character model. I gave him Lloyd's hair from the Lego Ninjago movie, but recolored to dark brown. For his accessories, I gave him his flashlight and the Faster Blaster, as represented by his stud shooter. Because we all know Lego loves their stud shooters, don't we? At the end of the day, I think I was able to recreate this character really well. Which, thinking about it now, shouldn't really be an accomplishment. He has like simplest outfit ever.
5 hours? I'm not gonna last 5 minutes!
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Security alert! Security alert!
The Daycare Attendant is definitely a very interesting concept for an animatronic foe. His son version is just a real fun-loving guy. And his spoon version, well, we'll get to him eventually. He was definitely a fun time to design. No, not that kind of fun time. The goofball. He has these weird gesture-like pants which were so fun yet tedious to design. Unlike Vanny, the red lines on his pants are large enough to cover more area, so I didn't have to draw as many. By using dual molded legs, I was also able to sell the illusion a bit more. But I'm not really sure. For the torso, I tried adding negative space to simulate that thinness model look that the Daycare Attendant has. His arms are pretty barren, just a red ribbon with bells. So, to spice it up a bit, I added dual molded arms. He would have a new mold for his head, which I'm not sure if it would work IRL because of all those triangle-shaped rays, but Lego would probably make it work. I couldn't think of a good accessory for him, so I gave him one of the gift boxes, which, I'd say I did a decent job at recreating. Definitely easier to make than I initially thought.
Security alert! Security alert!
Oh, and it's raining again. Well, hopefully the power doesn't go out again. And he's gone, isn't he?
Don't let your kids watch it!
The daycare segment is one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen recently. I think what makes it so scary is that We first get introduced to the daycare when the lights are on. Everything looks so normal and innocent. It looks like somewhere children will have the time of their lives. But then...
No! Why would you do that? Lights on! Lights on! I warned you! I warned you!
We see this seemingly nice character turn into a maniac. We hear them scream in pain like they don't want to transform. Then, the chase begins.
Naughty boy. It's past your bedtime. You must be punished. 99.
Rent aside, the moon variant of the Daycare Attendant was so easy to make that it kind of feels like a disservice to this epic character. I literally just had to recolor my son minifigure, but change some other things here and there. For example, I replaced the stripes on the pants with stars, and color replaced all the red to dark red to, show that dark aesthetic he has. The new molded head is also the same as Son's, but without the Dorito stripes. And I added a hat. I don't know where the hell he got the hat from, but he has a hat. For his accessory, I gave him the can thing we can use to distract them while running for our lives and trying to turn on the generators. I tried adding printing to it, but it ended up looking not good to say the least. Very easy recolor, but I'm proud on how he ended up looking.
It's past your bedtime. You must be punished.
Oh, there's the last generator. Much better.
Hopefully this is the balcony. Come on, Freddy, we're going out. Hello?
Mapbot. One of the most hated yet loved characters in FNaF. Personal take, they're great. I love them. And I would definitely accept that Valentine's card, Mapbot. I had a real hard time trying to recreate Mapbot without having to create a new piece, aside from the head. So I had to get creative, to say the least. They have this wheelie thing at the bottom, which was definitely challenging, but I think I pulled it off. I used one of those new skirt pieces and then added printing to simulate their lower torso. Then I used this weird 2x2 with wheels, and boom, the wheelie part is done. I also added this clear piece at the bottom so it wouldn't just be moving while rolling all over the place in this case. Thanks to Skeleton over on Discord for the idea. You're a lifesaver, dude. The torso is pretty basic, to be honest, and then the arm printing is just there to add that little more extra detail. The new head mold wasn't really needed, but I thought it would just add that little extra thing it lacked. The hat would be molded into the head so it wouldn't be detachable. Take Swedish Chef from the upcoming LEGO Muppet series as an example. Also, we're getting a Muppets LEGO series. Isn't that crazy? First Looney Tunes, now this? My childhood dreams are coming true, man. And I'm going off script again. Its accessory would be the map it gives us when we enter the second floor balcony, which would be a 2x1 flat tile with printing. I think I somehow took something that would probably be difficult to create and pulled it off without any problems.
Please take this map. Take a map.
Yes. I can open parts in service now.
Okay, so...
I'm going to have to get honest with you guys. I had to really cheapen out on this Glamrock Endo figure. I apologize to any Glamrock Endo fans out there for the monstrosity you're about to witness, but I'll include a special something to hope you forgive me. I present to you Glamrock Endo. Now, I know it might not be a lot. It's just a skeleton kid from Series 14, but recolored to a titanium metallic. The only new thing here is the molded head, which also looks kinda bad. But I added Pat Pat, or the wet floor robot for you uncultured swines, as his accessory. He would be made up of 5 pieces, with only 2 of them having new prints. And yeah, that's it for this figure. But don't worry, I'm sure I'll make it up to you with our next and last figure.
Hey, baby.
Please Take this map.
The man wasn't lying when he said he always comes back, was he? What is this, his third, fourth time being burned? By the next game, he's just gonna be a brain in a jar if we keep going down this path. Oh well, too bad he was really underutilized like everything else in this game. Man showed up for like one boss fight, frickin' got carried away, and failed to elaborate. Let me just show you where a week of my life went into. Boom, the Burn Man himself. Let's just start at the beginning. Finding reference images for this fricker was really hard. Most of them are either really dark in lighting or just bad. Then finding the right color to make him was so annoying. This is what he looks like, and this is LEGO's official color palette. I tried making him a dark green, too dark. Tried making him an olive, too bright. But finally, and I cannot thank this man enough, Turtle Man redirected me to one color, sand yellow. Oh my god, Spriggs, you saved this freaking figure. From there, it was pretty simple. One of his legs is fully exposed, one still has some burned fabric there. His torso is pretty much connected by this weird burned flesh thing attached to his endo. So I tried recreating that to the best of my limited drawing abilities. Then his arms are also fully exposed except for those weird burned fabric parts. The new molded head was another pain in the butt I don't want to get into. For his accessory, I gave him the Wolverine claws because this guy has some long pointy fingers, dude. I personally like the way he looks, but if you don't, I have good news for you, my friend, because I made a version without the claws. Look at me being all prepared and stuff. I think you can tell why Glamrock Endo had to be rushed now, right? I fucking adore the way he came out, and even if I had to redesign him at least 3 times, I'm glad I did. I worked so hard on this, so here are some extra renders I made, just so you can stare at him some more. Well guys, that does it. All 12 characters from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach that I was able to turn into minifigures. This was a really fun, yet tedious, and time-consuming video to make. So thank you to everyone who made it to the end of the video, hopefully, possibly, maybe? I would love to do more, maybe even make some custom sets to test out and expand my mock abilities. As long as this video gets some traction, I would be glad to do it. I hope you enjoyed and remember to stay awesome and creative. Until we meet again, my dudes.